Nine Deviant. It's been 4 hours since I've been awake. I did my AM cardio today. Steph just rolled out of bed like an hour ago, but
I gotta call me out like that.
she she looks a little sleepy, so she just rolled out of bed. She worked hard yesterday. I'm very
And
proud
I
of her.
also I work in like 3 hours, so we're making some
Yeah,
progress here in time.
we're making strides for greatness right now. So
Yep, 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 yep.
today we're going to talk about life balance, working out, working, school, and just time in general. Because right now, Steph and I, we're squeezing this in. She has things she has to do today. I have things I have to do today. So we're not I don't know, we're not very good with time management. And like
No, we're not.
we can attest every aspect of our life into that. Especially like over the summer, going to the Poconos and leaving and school, like,
I'm
five and a
happy that
half
I'm
hour
not in school
FaceTime
anymore.
call,
Oh
doing a
man,
project the night before it was due.
that was the key start of our friendship.
Yep.
Okay, we both procrastinated, and we're here at 4 o'clock in the morning finishing this, and we still didn't get as good of a grade as we thought we were.
Very,
Love to see it.
very unfortunate. So we're gonna talk about father time. One of the best things I can say about time is time waits for no one. I like to think I'm good at time management until like I start
Who you
squeezing
fooling?
things in. Yeah, right. Like
Who are you
I'm
fooling?
like DJ Khaled said. Congrats, you played yourself. That's kind of like my
You
mantra with
played
time.
yourself.
Like some days I feel like I'm gonna have more. Like I'm gonna have enough time. I don't. Like on Monday, I woke up at 5 a.m. Right, woke up at 5 a.m. to go do
Mm-hmm.
my cardio because I had class at 8:15. I had to physically be there in person, me and one other person and 33 people in a Zoom call. So I got home from the gym at like 7. I was like, all right, I'll have enough time to squeeze in abs and then cook breakfast. I was fucking wrong as shit. Um, Ended up making my food and I had to eat it on the go. I hate not being able to be stationary and eat because driving and eating is one hell of a
I've
fucking
done it.
talent.
It is a task and it's a talent, and I am proud to say that I am good at that talent. But
Had
I mean,
Tupperware in one hand, steering wheel like here,
or
just
like
going back
you're
and
eating
forth.
with both hands and you're using your knee to maneuver the wheel, and you're just
Oh
sitting
yeah,
there like this. Yeah. Don't catch me on the road, guys. I
yeah.
promise I'm safe.
So
Oh my goodness.
that's like time. That's an excuse for everybody. Like, oh, I don't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z. But like the way I see it, like if something matters to you, you make the time to do it. Like this podcast, it matters to us, and we're making it work because Steph has work and I have content to do today, including edit this or start editing it. I hope, and I have to go work out again. So like
I
everyone's
gotta
like,
work out
oh,
too.
I don't have time. I'm like, okay, now hold on, like back it up. Hold on, back it up for a minute. So you have enough time to sit and watch a season of like fucking whatever on Netflix, whatever show you like.
Whatever.
You have like 2 to 3 hours a day to spare on Netflix, and you're just like, shit, I don't have time. So it's like, take an hour or two that you're not being productive and watching Netflix and start being a little more productive or wake up earlier. And that will set your discipline. Like Jocko Willig says, discipline starts with waking up early. And last week I started waking up early again. Really happy. It's working out very well for me. But time and time management and working out and like personal life and work life balance, whatever it is, time waits for no one. So Steph,
Yep.
I applaud you for having to work a full schedule and go to school and work out because you know me and
Oh
it's
man.
it's one or
It's
the other with me. Would you like to give some input on how that was for you?
we were actually, me and Ryan were just talking about this yesterday, and just looking back on the year that it's been, with obviously with COVID and all that. But last year, probably around, I want to say February, March, was when I knew I wanted to be a trainer, and I knew I wanted to train people, but I just didn't know where to get started. I was working at GNC, and I just felt out of place after being there for so long. So I knew I needed to switch things up. And I was going to school full time and juggling working out. And it was really demotivating, to say the least, to just try to like push through and study and go to the gym and eat right and repeat the process every day for your entire until the 4 years is up, or the 5 years that is up. And I decided to work at LA Fitness, and I'm gonna try my best not to bash this company. I'm gonna really, really try this. Try my best not to say anything negative about LA Fitness because I don't want to get sued. So I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut for half of it. But working there, I worked from 9 to 9 every day for 6 days. And the day that I was not working, I was at school from 8 to 8. And I still trained every day. I weight trained, I did cardio, I did my whole spiel. I still ate the right foods. I still found time to study, even though I was exhausted. Imagine your day being on repeat for 3 months straight. And it's exhausting. I showed Ryan the videos of like my skin, my face, like it just all of the things. It was taking my life like 10, like I was probably aging 10 years faster than I should have in that time frame of 3 months. And anxiety was very bad during that time frame, trying to find time to do everything. And I still did it. That's why when people say like, "Oh, I don't have time to work out," you have like if I did it, you can do it. The fact that I took 18 credits that semester and I passed and I got like A's and B's. And that was probably my best semester of school, which is bizarre to really think about. And I think it was probably it was junior year of college. It was so bad. I didn't sleep. I think I slept like 2 hours a day, which sleep is very important for recovery, as everybody should know. So I slept maybe 2, 3 hours. I ended up cutting out caffeine for like 2, 3 weeks. I had caffeine withdrawal, so I ended up calling out of work for 2, 3 days because the headaches and like all the feeling that you get from cutting caffeine cold turkey. I will never do it again. So if you do it and you have not touched caffeine in so long, I give you props, but caffeine is like in my blood at this point. So if I don't have caffeine, I'm a mess. And I only did it because it was a bet that if I didn't come into work with a monster in my hand for the month, that they would all give me $20 each. And I did get the $20 each, so I did get the bag. But
Bag
I
secured.
I suffered tremendously because caffeine was really the tipping point, what saved me also from not falling asleep and making sure I studied. That Thursday that I was in school from 8 to 8, I studied all day. In between classes, I'd study, and then say if I had an exam for like the class at night, I'd study it throughout like other classes, which was obviously stressful, and you can't function properly. And on no sleep, it's another world. And being able to like get out of that spectrum, because we could talk about LA Fitness and the workplace over there in another episode, because I'm not trying to go into that because it'll be a 2 hour podcast. And being able to overcome that and leave the company and go back to GNC for a couple more months to then switch into another company now where I'm at right now. If I didn't go through that experience, then I would not know how the fitness industry was tapped into at this point. Because a lot of my coworkers like, you're going to stay here longer than you're supposed to some days. I'm like, oh no, I know. This is what I signed up for. I don't mind being there. But back then, I hated being there every day. I didn't even train at LA Fitness. That's how much I did not want to be there anymore. I was there all the time. It was a repetitive cycle of I didn't even want to be in the gym. And that takes away from what the gym meant to me. So it's also toxic if you think about it, just being there all the time. And you're like, oh, I would love to work at a gym. But then when you're there, your entire life, like that's your home. And then you come home for a couple of hours and you go back for like 12 hours. You don't want to be there. I went to the gym in Belleville because I could not work out there. So I also took another 30-minute drive to go work out. So we could tally that into like the whole time management thing. I still made time to go, and I love those coworkers, but we all agreed that we would never ever go back to that. No way. And that's why there's no excuse to anybody saying that there's no time for anything. There is time. And if you find time, if you lead by example with motivating the people around you, and my friends at the time that they saw me doing that, they were obviously worried about me, but they saw me doing it, they were they just sat there and they go, "Oh yeah, I could. If you could do it, I could probably do it." And I have friends that are working full time and going to school, and they're still trying to manage. Obviously, I'm one of the few in like my normal friends that work out, and I value working out. So for me, people that I'm friends with, like you and other guys that I've met at the gym is a priority. And if you're not there yet, that's you're just making all these
Yeah.
excuses. That's on you. That's not on anybody else but yourself. And you have to look in the mirror and say to yourself, when am I going to get this started? If I keep making these excuses, where am I going to go from here? Because there's nothing else to do from here. You know what I mean? So it's a stressful thing. I hated going to the gym at Montclair too. I hated it in there.
Uh,
I was only the girl training in the weight room, and the weight room was like the size of my living room, and the cardio room upstairs was probably half the size of campus. I'm being
yeah.
exaggerated, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
It was not a time to go work out there. I never went over there, so I think I went my freshman year.
And
So I was like, oh, it's a free gym, but no,
realistically, that it realistically, like, if you wanted to get like a good workout in, you would have to go like at the ass crack of dawn or late at night when it was empty, because somehow they packed it in all day. I don't know how. I guess a lot of kids just like, yeah, maybe I'll skip class, go work out today. I mean, can't say I've done that because I've done it a
I think
few.
you definitely have done that before.
I've done it a few times, but like
I think
just all day.
I think I told a professor once that I think it was a family emergency or something, and I went to go work out with my friends, and that's how I knew. I was like, shit, I should probably not be doing this, but whatever. Everybody, we found time for that.
Yeah.
I'm paying for my education, okay? I'm doing whatever I have to do to.
Yeah, and you're getting that free gym too. Free.
Oh yeah,
Free. Free.
free, but
We'll
work for labor.
yeah,
Wait, work for labor, and be a slave.
yeah.
But work. You can work out for free, yeah, because you're there for 13 hours a day.
That's insane. I can't even fathom like you like I remember one time last year after class you sent it was while we were working on the project, you sent something to the group chat and you were like, oh yeah, I've been here since like 8 a.m. or something like that, and I'm just like, I can't stand being at school for more than like a class period. Like hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're really bad.
I'm home. I'm home after that. Like, don't ask me to come back. Like, everyone's like, oh, like, do clubs and this and that. And I'm just like, bro, I don't want to be there any more than I have to be.
Nope.
Like,
I sat there to put into perspective, working full time since I was 18, trying to condense my schedule. I had to do what I had to do, and I hated being there all day, but I had to do what I had to do. And sitting there from 8 to 8 and having like maybe like an hour break between like every class or something, or even 15 minutes. I used to just run to like the other side of campus and go to class. There was,
insane.
I think, what was really bad during that one semester. I forgot when it was. It's probably my junior year. Also, I drank like 3 energy drinks a day. Three, and it was rains, so I had 900 milligrams of caffeine in my system.
Not healthy.
No, and I am a full endorser for energy drinks. I love energy drinks. I will I will love my energy drinks till the day I die, and I don't care what anybody says. I understand it's not good for you. I get it. You can keep telling me this. Am I still going to do it?
Probably.
Yes. So,
of course.
Somebody commented on my story yesterday. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Nutritional Freak. If you know, we haven't established this in the second episode already, but I posted me dry scooping. I took a pre-workout as I was sipping on an energy drink, but the pre-workout didn't have caffeine in it, so it was more of a pump. And all these people in my comments and my replies are like, "You're a crackhead. What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, it wasn't caffeine, but I would have done it with caffeine anyway. So but it's none of your business. I do what I want. Let me do what I want. That's it. I preach it. I don't care. I feel like at this point, and like if you took a needle, like blood wouldn't come out at this point. It'd just be fucking rain coming out of my system. I mean, it
It,
is what it is, you know. I still
it'd
do
be
it.
it'd be liquid caffeine.
I mean, I'm working from 12 to 8 today, so I'm gonna inject my shit at this point.
And sometimes
Are you on steroids? No, I'm on caffeine, but we'll talk about that.
and sometimes it's like my mom, like she got on my ass about it the other day, and she was like, you need to really cut it the fuck out with those energy drinks. And I'm like, all right, hold on. So I put it into perspective because this might be my life come next semester. I was like, all right, you want I'll wake up at 5 a.m., go do my cardio, come home, and then I'll have breakfast and I'll go work out again. And then from the time I start working and have school together, I told my mom, I was like, look, man, it's either one or the other. Because if I wanted to go full blown with shit, I would be loading caffeine in my body daily, and that's not healthy. Like my mom, she had high blood pressure. My mom used to drink 20 cups of coffee a day. Like
Sounds like my mom.
like years ago. And she used to smoke cigarettes too, so that's double. I think yeah, nicotine is a stimulant if I remember. I think.
Not really.
No.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah. So like
we
my
don't know
mom,
everything, guys. Okay, we don't know everything, but
my,
we will find out.
my mom used to like my mom would my mom bitches at me about it, but she used to drink 20 cups of coffee a day. So sometimes you need that extra pick me up throughout the day. Like I train in between. Okay, all right, I was right. What I learned in psychology was
what I learned in school is
so sometimes you need that extra pick me up throughout the day though. Like when you're tired, like sometimes like that's why I train in the afternoon. Like I take my pre-workout from I'll be in the gym around like 1 or 2, and then I'll take my pre-workout and I'll be good until 5 or 6, and I'll take a scoop of G Fuel, and then I'll be fine because I know my body, I drink enough water and I piss out all that caffeine.
This is why we've got along the first time. I just want everybody to know this for the time being.
This is what we have.
He saw me in class, walking into class with a Monster in my hand, and he was like, "That's gonna be my best friend."
She had Monster and a tub of food, and I was like,
"Oh, and my lunchbox, my Quest Nutrition lunchbox."
Yeah, your little lunchbox. I was like, "Yep, she definitely works out." Because everyone else just had like nothing. No one. Everyone else was just sitting there. She has her chicken and whatever else. But like, yeah, sometimes. What?
Oh my goodness. I was gonna just bring up the fact that class and who was in that class and who we violated, but she follows us on Instagram, so we're just not gonna bring that
we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, like sometimes though you need that extra pick me up throughout the day because some people nap. Okay, like it's nice to nap. Like I haven't taken it. I get to lay down for like maybe 20 minutes a day, and in my household, I live with my mom and my uncle, and they both can't hear. So they talk loud to each other. So like me laying down, I can fall asleep for 10 minutes, and then like it's loud talking, and then I wake up and I'm like, all right, just time to keep going with my day. But sometimes those power naps, 15-minute power naps make such a difference. I recommend if you have.
I used to do it in my car. Though it was only like 15-minute break that I would get and just knock out of my car. I live in a family of 9, so there's no sleeping in this house until like everybody's asleep. No way. The youngest is 9, and the oldest is my grandma. Like there's just no way anything will be sustainable. I think my uncle comes up and down the stairs every goddamn like 2 hours or something. I hope they don't listen to this. I love you.
I'd lose it. Sleep is very important. I can attest to the lack of sleep last year, especially. Oh, yeah. I remember one day in November. We're in November. I guess I gotta bring it up. Or November and October actually. So last October, I saw Logic in concert for what seems to be the last time, unless he comes out of retirement after Corona, to tour. So I drove 2 hours to Philly with my friends, went to the concert, and then after the concert was done, it was like a 2.5-hour car ride back. So we left the venue at like midnight, everybody, we all didn't get home until like 3 a.m. And then the next day, I'm pretty sure I had, oh no, I had Adrian's class because it was a Tuesday that week. So I
Love that
had,
man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Love him.
I had class at 6 p.m. the next day. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sleep in, catch up on some sleep. Kind of did, kind of didn't. And then in November, I had to drive to upstate New York, middle of the fucking week.
I remember that.
Now, I had a can of Bang on the way up there because I don't think I had any G Fuel. And then on the way back, I drank half a can. And then did some stuff at home, finished drinking it, and then took pre-workout. So if you've ever done that before and have mixed supplements and just like overloaded your body with caffeine, like it's fun. It's a great feeling, you know? You're so stimmed and you're like up and you're feeling good.
For like 2 hours.
Yeah, for like 2 hours, you're feeling great. I remember I got to the gym pre-corona because my gym was 24-hour at like 11, and I didn't leave until 1:30, 2 o'clock. The next day, I had to be up at 6:30. I woke up at 6:30 to go do my cardio, took a scoop of G Fuel, and caffeine intoxication is a thing. Learned that in my health class last year. Shout out to Professor Moss because I didn't know this, and now
I did
I'm
not
like
have him.
I'm very careful about how much caffeine I put into my body now. Um, Caffeine. I just lost my train of thought. Caffeine. You can get drunk off of caffeine intoxication. All right, so you can get drunk off of caffeine. And it's not like being drunk like alcohol or anything like that. It's a totally different feeling.
I don't think I've ever felt that.
So the best way I could put it is your stomach is just like, why though? Like, is this necessary?
Is this real?
Yeah, basically. Like, I remember the next day, it was a Friday. I went to the gym, did my cardio. I came home, and then I'm pretty sure I took another scoop of G Fuel because I was tired. And then I had to go film something for my brother up in Wayne. And then I had to drive to school to take a test. And then I came home, went to see my therapist, and then I remember I knocked out for the afternoon. Like, slumped the entire day. And that was a wasted day for me. I wasted the entire afternoon taking a nap, and then I went to the gym, worked out, came home, and went to sleep after that. My point is, don't know your limits with caffeine. The daily recommended intake is about 300 milligrams, or 3 to 400. 400 at most. Anything less than that is fine.
Oh man, I know that's real. It is true. It's 300 to 400 milligrams, and a can of brain and Bang is 300 milligrams a piece. So, I think the worst that I have felt that. I worked, was it last winter at GNC? I had to close down a store, so we had to pack up an entire store. I drank 1,200 milligrams of caffeine in 2 hours. And when I tell you, we were laughing as if we were on drugs.
Oh,
it was
the ups,
so
the
bad.
uppers.
It was like 3 degrees out, so we were cold. I thought I was going to catch hypothermia. My other friend, no. We were on the floor like laughing for 2 hours. It was so bad.
Yep, that's
and then I
it.
crashed like a bitch when I got home. Holy shit. That was so bad. That was 4 bangs. I think I shotgunned one with my friend I was working with at the time.
Wild.
I was like, all right, I'm wild, yeah. I don't know how I did it. Mom ain't raised no bitch. Oh man.
So yeah, be very careful with caffeine intake. I mean, the way I try to balance out caffeine is have anything with potassium, have a banana. Dark greens help. Speaking from experience, I actually had a really bad caffeine-induced anxiety attack when I was 19 or 18. When I was 18, And that came from I mixed a pre-workout with an extremely strong fat burner. I like how it just said my your internet connection is unstable. I know, Zoom. Thank you. My internet is trash. 50 up, 50 down.
my my compute at least my computer at least your computer doesn't sound like an airplane right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. But thank you, Zoom. I know my up down is awful. Anyway, to continue on with my story, I mixed a strong fat burner with a strong pre workout, and now this is why I read the directions off of the shit I take because I didn't know that this was a. I didn't know it was a bad idea. You know, I'm not, not very smart when it comes to certain things, and this was one of those things. Anyway, so I'm not gonna name drop the brand, the fat burner, because it's a really good fat burner, and I was just a dumb, stupid 18-year-old kid. I'm a
I
dumb.
know what you're talking about.
I'm a dumb, stupid 21-year-old kid now, but I know a little bit more on what to do and what not to do. So
A little bit.
yeah, so I didn't know to space out the fat burner with the pre workout. Like if you take the fat burner at like 7 a.m., you can't take anything else with caffeine until like 1 or 2 p.m. because it needs a 6 hour window to run through your body. So I woke up at noon, went
I
to the
don't know what
gym,
I'm
did my
talking about.
cardio, took the fat burner right before that on an empty stomach, which you're also not supposed to do apparently, but I still do anyway
Oh
because
no.
it
I still
like
do that.
fasted cardio on this supplement insane. It's amazing. It's a good time.
It's a great
Um,
time.
and then I took a pre workout from a company shortly thereafter when I went back to the gym, and I remember being at the gym and my heart was just like
I
like
smelled I smelled death.
like banging out of my chest, and I was like I was freaked out. I was like, holy fuck, am I gonna die? Like what the hell?
Am I gonna die? Your left arm starts going numb, and you're like, oh shit. Like
Like
maybe I had a little too much
so
today.
like I get home and I'm like I'm googling stuff. I'm like like just
Oh,
looking
that's a
stuff up, and like
terrible mistake.
the one thing Google told me was like, all right, have a banana and dark greens. I'm like, okay, bet. So I had spinach and salad and a banana. Didn't help. So then I really started to freak out. And long story short, I ended up going to the hospital, and they were like, "Yeah, you need to stay off of caffeine for like 1 or 2 days." And I was like, "Okay." Um, the 2 days,
Okay.
yeah, basically the 1 or 2 days I worked out without it. There's definitely a huge difference in working out when there's caffeine in your body versus when there's not. Um, but yeah, man, just be careful with what you put into your body, like caffeine especially. Um, because it's just it'll too much shit
It'll mess you up.
it will fuck you up. Like that's the best way I could put it. And like I understand like sometimes we're tired and like like sacrifices and no excuses and this and that, so you take these energy drinks, but at the end of the day, like I think that way and I still think that way, but like I've reprioritized everything in my life, and I will put my health and my sleep before school and everything else, because if I don't sleep 6.5 to 8 hours a night, like it affects me so much that I didn't even realize it up until recently. And then you start to develop bad
Agreed.
habits if you don't sleep enough. You snooze your alarm. You snooze your alarm once, what are you going to do? You're going to do it again, and you're just going to keep doing it again. And I recently just
It's just
shook
more.
that habit. Um, but yeah, just be very careful with the amount of caffeine you put into your body because it will fuck you up.
Yeah. Uh, just be careful. I mean, I wish I never got into it, but working in supplements since I was 18, I never had the stupid experience that you're talking about. Except I did take 2 scoops of a fat burner from Cellucor when they had like the powder is a lot stronger than the pills. So I took 2 scoops of those, and I felt like I was gonna run up walls, and then I crashed really bad. I passed out at work. So it was not a good time for me doing that. Or underground pre-workouts, which we will talk about it another time. Those are really they make you feel like you're on another world. Jack 3D and
God,
Mesomorph and all the illegal stuff.
some
All
god
the illegal
some
stuff.
god tier
The
stuff with the energy and focus formula from fucking Adderall in it.
uh yeah, I mean, me and Ryan chugged a bang and a white claw at one point in the summertime. So it's it's just normal for us to be the ones to be doing that stupid stuff. But be careful with your caffeine intake, especially if you're young. I wouldn't. My brother, I scream at him constantly about it. But here I am doing it. But I'm 20. I'm almost 23. He's 16. There's a big difference with somebody starting off that young. And I don't think I got into energy drinks until like I got into college. Yeah, whatever. But I never drank all the sugary stuff, so I can never relate to people liking Red Bull and regular Monsters or anything. I cannot do that. It does not taste good to me. It tastes like medicine. But the other
Agree.
stuff that I've been drinking, I'm good. Even Red Bull vodka, like if I go out and I want something like low in calorie and not like it does not taste good. It's like
No,
a
you don't like Red Bull and
I
vodka?
don't like it. I don't like Red Bull in general. I'll drink it. I don't like anything like White Claw or whatever.
Right.
So it's not I'm not a white girl like you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right. That's
Exposed, exposed, exposed. Put it on the screen. Exposed, exposed.
cool. Uh,
But
uh,
managing time and managing your caffeine intake, it's all about baby steps. I wouldn't go cold turkey like I did, and I thought I was losing my mind for 3 days. I would just ease out of it. If you're really bad, just ease out of it. If you feel like you need something to keep you up, there's other ways to do it. You just have to fix your habits yourself. It starts with you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I need to fix all these things before I supplement anything else into my body, because you never know. You could just not be getting enough sleep, or you could just be so stressed out that you can't think straight and you think caffeine's going to be the solution for you, or you think a fat burners are not meant to just be put into your body and you're not going to work for it. You're going to just sit there and hope for the best that
they
you're going to
don't
burn
work.
fat.
See, people
I
have
will,
that
I am
misconception,
so,
man.
I am so anal about supplements. I've worked in it for 5 years and there's going to be one designated episode about that. I will rant to no, like, to beyond capacity that I could do it. So since this is going to be a little shorter episode, hopefully next week we'll have a guest on. Hopefully one of my friends will pull through, or two. You never know. We'll see. And we'll talk more about supplements because we're all into that. All my friends that I've met through the gym or met through school, they're all into supplements, and I'm I wouldn't say I'm probably one of the more knowledgeable people with supplements in general. A lot of people come to me for supplements because I've known it since I was young.
And
And
confirm.
being able to tell my friends from the gym, telling my friends from the gym, like, these are things that you can take, but if you're gonna go above and beyond, I mean, do you? Because that's another world if you're trying to hit a deadlift PR and you need to like end up snorting pre-workout or something. Because I'm gonna hopefully hit 315. I'll take like 5 scoops if I have to. So we're gonna hope for the best. But that's definitely something that we're looking to do next week, and talk about supplements and talk more about the the effects and the fads with supplements and why people just think it's gonna work. There's a lot of customers that have come in my lifetime that I've heard like, oh, this doesn't work,
Oh
or this
wait,
doesn't work,
and
and this tastes bad.
we could talk about like fit teas and like detox bullshit too, because
I've tried them before, so that'll be a review on my end. I've tried everything under the sun. Being able to lose the 55 pounds that I lost, I went through a lot of bullshit before I got to that point. I wanted a quick, easy solution, and I gave up, and I just moderated my eating, and I worked out, and I did it without any other bullshit into my body. So those diets, those teas, that's definitely something that we could talk about next episode. And if anybody has any questions that they want to send in, please let us know or drop it in the comments box because they're there. We could use them, and share the video and share the podcast. I think we got like 50 downloads on the last one,
yo,
which is
did we?
crazy.
No way. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah. This
50.
is 50. I
Holy
think
shit.
it was at 50. So we appreciate all the love and support we've been getting from friends and family. I'm pretty sure 16 people reshared my post that I posted of our little podcast picture. So I want to say shout out to everybody that has reposted to their
That's
stories and
love,
continue to do
bro.
so. You guys are the best, and I love that we're doing this. It gives us a platform to talk and just be free and open with ourselves, and not be contained into bullshit from the society that we're living in. So hopefully all of you love this episode, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to both of us. Our Instagrams will be linked into the description or onto our Instagrams. We'll probably post something on our stories for you to share, and hopefully you end up enjoying it. So thank you so much. Signing off now. If you did not drink an energy drink, what are you doing? I didn't drink mine yet, so I'm gonna go do that.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the love. We will see you in the next episode. As always, it's been your boy Ryan Deviate and your girl Steph, and we'll see you later.
Bye.